All right, guys, we're going to do a little demo here. We're going to keep it pretty simple. This is Share Music. We just launched. Our entire purpose is to empower people to easily, seamlessly share music, regardless of what platform you use, regardless of what platform anybody else uses. That ain't our business. We're in the business of sharing an album, sharing a song, sharing an artist that we love. We're not in the business of knowing what other people use, right? We're just in the business of evolving music sharing. That is what we're out here to do. And I'm going to take you through a quick little demo of the application that hopefully is going to help evolve music sharing so that we can all connect better as individuals, as artists. We can have more people discovering and sharing our music as well down the line. And music bloggers and anybody in between, music lovers, people that are just discovering their love for music, anybody that consumes music using a streaming service, this is for you. Okay? So this is the screen that you're going to be presented with after you onboard. You're going to be asked to choose your preferred streaming service. That's going to be your preference, right? People don't need to know this. You just need to know this so that we can know what application to open when you discover a Share Music link. Okay, so you're going to set that. You're going to see all the different options available in your region here that are supported by our application. So you go ahead and choose the one that you use, right? This is the one that you want the music content to open in. Okay, so you set that and you're good to go. You're going to see this be at 10 if you choose the pro trial. You're going to have all the pro features, right? The paid features, you're going to have them at no cost for a trial of 10. And that means 10 individual links shared as many times as you want. So that means that you could be in love with an artist, right? And you could share that artist link 100 times. And you could still have 9 left, right? Then maybe you come across a song that you love and you share that. You can share that 1,000,000 times. And then it counts down from there. But it's not per share action. It's per individual music link, okay? So we figured that was pretty generous. And then from there, you can go ahead and move into our free plan, which gives you 5 songs. It's limited to songs. And you don't get access to some of the extra features that I'm going to share with you today. But for most casual music lovers, that's going to work for you. And the good thing is that on that free plan, you're going to be able to listen to as many universal links as you want. You can go ahead and discover music till your heart's content. And we encourage that. We know that not everyone's going to be able to pay for the pro plan, even though we kept it very affordable. We understand that that's not going to be realistic for everybody, and we're trying to change an entire music sharing kind of infrastructure right now. So that's a lot to bite off and chew. Anyway, it's a big task, right? People are set in their ways, and we want to change that, and we want to evolve this music sharing thing for everybody. So we had to keep it approachable. So our free plan is going to probably work for most of you, but I'm going to take you through a few pro features that you're going to be able to experience on the pro trial if you happen to choose that, and you're going to have access to if you go ahead and upgrade to a pro plan at the conclusion or prior to your trial ending. Okay, so that's what these 2 things mean. You're going to see this countdown if you're on the pro trial, or if you're on a free plan, you're going to see that go from 5, and you're going to see that depreciate. That was unnecessary to use that word. You're going to see that decline as you share songs. If you try to share an artist link or an album link, you're going to be prompted to upgrade, or you're going to be invited to upgrade. And that might be the best thing for you if you're looking to do that, okay? But if not, you have 5 song links, unique song links to share throughout the course of a month. It renews every single month, so you get 5 new ones. And you're good to go. So that's that screen. That's the home screen. This is where you can go ahead and search for artists, albums, links, as it says. we're really into MGK lately. For me, that new album is the album of the year. I don't know. I wasn't a fan before, or, I was aware of MGK, but now there's something about that album. It just has something for everybody. It seems genuine. I can't say enough good things about it. Check it out. Maybe I'll put the universal link in the description here. So we search for MGK. We're gonna see a couple of things that I want to point out on the screen. So we're gonna see MGK. That's the top result. That's a good thing. It means our search is on point. We're gonna see that there is a blue blue link icon here, and you're gonna see that there's a green arrow up. So what that means is, we'll take it one step at a time. The blue link means that there's a universal link that was already created for this piece of music content. So it means you don't have to take the 5 seconds to make a new one. That's really all that it means. If there wasn't one, then you can go ahead and make the universal link in the screen. You just tap on it and it makes it straight away. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But we've already made a universal link for MGK. It's in our database. It supports all the platforms. So we're just going to say we want to share MGK. So we're going to click on that. And we're going to see we're on our pro trial. We have 5 shares left. And that's cool. So for this particular situation, we're going to go ahead and copy that link. Okay, copy to clipboard. And you're going to see the search screen disappear. Ooh. Oh, I can't do that. I'm in a simulator right now, but you're going to see this show up occasionally. We appreciate a positive review as we're getting going here. Positive reviews make all the difference. I'd encourage you, if you have some feedback, please go ahead and write to us. Yeah, I'm using the support form there that I'm going to show you in the settings. Please write to us before you go and slag us. Like, I understand that's how people operate, but we'd appreciate the chance to make it right or improve whatever didn't work for you before you go ahead and give us a bad review and write whatever you're going to write. We understand that might happen, but we want to have the opportunity to make it right before. If you go ahead and let us know, and heaven forbid we're not able to solve it, then by all means. But we just ask you to reach out to us so that we can deal with it and take care of it for you beforehand. Okay. So I'm not going to do that because this is a simulator and it won't do anything. But you'll be presented with that occasionally. So we're going to go into the shared by you screen now, and you're going to see I've already shared a few things in this simulator session. So you're going to see an artist. There's a song, right, and a couple of artists. I'm in an artist sharing mood apparently. So that's fine. And the 3 dots here are very simple. You can share it again. Boom. Right. And again, you're not going to see that share count go down because we're talking about individual links here. Right. We're not talking about share actions. So that's why that is. Okay. So, and we can go ahead and filter, right? And that'll just filter down from this list. And that's what that is. And this will populate till the end of time, depending on how much music content you share. So that's shared by you. It's exactly what it says that it is. Okay. And this is the cool thing. I want to make note of this because I'm an artist too. And artists, I think they don't understand, or maybe this is just a value proposition that I wanted to just point out if it wasn't obvious enough. Artists typically will put a link tree, which is a wonderful service. I have a link tree. Link tree is an amazing thing, but it's not specific to music, right? It's more specific to populating a lot of various different links. Could be an Instagram link and a Spotify link and a website and everything else. And it's an amazing thing for that. But this is what I'll say is the challenge with a link tree is that when someone clicks on a link tree, say you're dropping a new album, right? And you have the link tree for that, listen on Apple Music, listen on Spotify. That's an awesome thing. And you're thinking about the fan there and you're being inclusive. The problem with that is that when that artist checks out the album and say they listen to it front to back, as hopefully they will, right? Hopefully they'll give your album a fair shot. They'll listen to it front to back. But then what happens is that in a situation where they're listening to it on Tidal and they want to share it with a friend or maybe in a group chat, right? In an iMessage group chat, they are going to go ahead and click on share from Apple Music, and they're going to share an Apple Music link. And that's going to hit maybe 30-40% of the people, right? Generally speaking. It could be higher. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's not going to be heard by everybody. And so you as the artist, you won't know that that's going on, but that's going on all over the place. So that's a thread of like music being shared to people that's being cut off because we're in a broken system where we're not dealing with universal links. So you could almost look at this as like everyone that passes along your song now has an opportunity to share one Linktree link per piece of content, right? These links that are being made, they're not going to change. They're static, and they hold all the information needed to be opened by everybody. So now that person checks out the new MGK album, right? Let's pull it up. If you're MGK, this goes with labels. This goes with major artists too. They're out here sharing Spotify on their IG story, and it's like, I can't listen to that. So we have to do better. We have to do better. And we're trying to be a catalyst for that, right? And we hope that y'all will get on board. So there's Lost Americana. It's all there. Then you can see all the different songs. As you can see, universal links are made for all this because it was probably me, to be honest. So there's the album, and we have it. Boom. Right? We're going to pass that along. And now that person, if they download this app for free, they're going to be able to listen to it. It's going to show, and they're shared with you because it was shared with them, right? They're going to discover it. It's going to go in there, and then they can go ahead and pass that along, right? And the thread doesn't stop. It just continues to go until someone doesn't like it. That's it. But then there's all these other people that are sharing this universal link that will be heard by more people, and that's all we want. At the end of the day, we just want the thread to keep going, and the music that we share to be at least opened. We don't know if the person's going to open it or not, but we want to know that they can open it. We're out here sending things that we don't know if they can be opened. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's 2025, almost 2026. So we're out here to save the day. That's all we're doing. Okay, someone had to do it. All right. Question you're probably going to ask is, Jeff, how do I know what it's going to look like if someone doesn't have the app? I know it's free. I know everyone should have it. But the reality is, your new app, I don't know what that's going to look like. Can someone still open it if they don't have the app? Let me show you what's going to go down. So we just put that on our clipboard, right? The MGK. Let me just hold on. Let me just clear this out. Let me go here. Okay. So we have the MGK Lost Americana. We're obsessed with this album. So we're going to paste and go. So this is what it's going to look like. For us, we don't want to open it because we're doing a demo. And we're showing what it looks like when people don't have it. But this is what it'll look like if, say, you share a link on, say, Reddit, right? And someone clicks on it and they have the app installed. It's going to look like this. They can just go ahead and open it and share music, and it's going to chauffeur them. It's going to hold their hand. It's going to say, welcome to this album in Apple Music or whatever you use. It's going to be able to be opened. No problem. But for the demo purposes, we're just going to cancel. And this is what they're going to see. And they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to listen from the web. Okay. And it's going to load up 4 different options. We're not a whole link tree because we're giving this away for free. So what we want to do is encourage people to click on this, you know what I'm saying, and download it, and then they'll just be able to open it automatically. They won't have to be sent to the interweb. They'll be able to just open it straight away. But that's fine. There's going to be our Android people, right? They're not going to be able to download it on iOS. We're working on that. But in the meantime, if you're an Android person, or if you're someone that's outside of our supported regions, which we are going to launch in different regions as we go, but this is what they can do, right? They can, if they're an iOS user, they can go ahead and install it, boom, and then open it right away, and go ahead and join the team. Or they can, if they don't want to download that, that's fine. You can be like, well, that's crazy, but you do you. They can just remember the choice, and then they can click one of these, right? If they're a YouTube music person, that's cool. They can remember the choice, and it's going to use the browser storage. It'll save that, and then any other share music link that they come across, they're not going to see this, and it's just going to open. So that's something that we just did, right? We just went ahead and gave that for free, as kind of like a web experience, right? So it's something that's going to help people just discover it, right? Or if they don't have to do that, and then they can just click on this and it'll open. They can do that for every share music link. So everyone on planet Earth, if they have one of these 4 platforms, and YouTube, opens for everyone. So that if that particular piece of music content is at least on YouTube, that's the bare minimum. It's going to open on YouTube for everybody. And they're going to have a reaction to the song, to whatever you sent to them. They might not even listen to it, but they're going to be able to listen to it, and that's on them if they do or don't, because it ain't just going to be something where it's like, I don't have Apple Music, sorry. I've experienced that, and we've all experienced that, but that ends today. All right? And then you have all of our business at the bottom here. Okay? And that's for the experience where people don't have our app installed. Okay. Next thing I want to show you guys. So that's our main app. Okay? And we have settings. Boom. Where we support 7 languages. I'm pretty happy about that. That's pretty sick. We're going to continue to expand that as we go. Let us know if you speak a language that isn't supported. Please let us know, and we're going to get that localized for you as soon as we can. But you have 7 there. You have the version number. That's going to be helpful for when you get support. This is going to be helpful. This long string of numbers. We don't ask you to sign up for anything. That's the other thing. You do you. Again, this is a utilities app. We might like enable that as a feature if you want to do like a username, and maybe your favorite album or your most shared piece of content could be your display photo. I have things in my head. Let me know what you think. But for now, we just assign like an anonymous user ID, and you can use that when you go ahead and get support, which is in this account section here. Right? You can fill out everything that's going on. But we do need your user ID. If you don't put your user ID in there, we don't accept it, because I'm not about to be spammed by people that are just out here filling out our support form. I just don't have time for that. I want to help the people that have our app installed. So we do ask that you put that in there, and it is verified before it's sent. So if it's not valid, it'll just be like, sorry, you don't exist, unfortunately. So that's why we put the user ID in there. Your iOS version, you can find all that. This is all just like boring support stuff, but we got your back when it comes to that. We just asked for like 2 business days. Okay, I'm just one man. So we just ask that you bear with us. Okay, but you can ask for support. There's a bunch of different categories, and then there's a separate contact if you want to do business together, or you have like a business inquiry or whatnot as well. Okay, so you got that there. That's all good. I think we covered like the main app. Oh, no. Let me let me show you what it looks like when you actually make a universal link, because not every single song has one, but you can make one very easily. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and weird internet sounds. Okay. What I'm gonna do is just gonna find a song. What's a song? Okay, I found a song that I don't think has a universal link. So let's go. It's so random. Honestly, I don't know why this was the one that came up, but here we go. It's a song by NF, and this is what it looks like when there's no blue linky, right? There's no blue linky. So we have to make a universal link. And the cool thing is when you make this universal link, it works for everybody. You are helping push this thing forward. You're helping to evolve the experience of discovering and sharing music. So God bless you. If you're doing this, I love you. I mean, I love you. I love everyone. But if you have our app installed, I love you even more. And if you're out here making universal links, I love you like forever. Okay, so you do that, boom. It's going to do a little progress deal. Boom, done. 2 or 3 seconds, right? You barely even notice it. And then it goes ahead and that loads that up for you, and you go ahead and you pass that along, and you know that that's going to be open and maybe enjoyed, maybe not enjoyed. But it's going to be able to be open. Okay? You just made a universal link. You're a hero. And I love you. So that's that. That's what it looks like to create a universal link. And it looks the same whether it's an artist album or song. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on to, this is a pro feature. Let's move on to the iMessage extension. This is a pro feature, okay? But if you're in the trial, you're going to be able to check it out and see what it looks like. These are iMessage extensions. They're little mini applications. They're these cute little mini applications. I'm up in here all the time, actually, doing memes and doing check-ins. Do a check-in. Like, everyone should be using that. I don't think it was too well advertised by Apple, but this is when you're like out away from your home and you want to let someone know that you're back to your own home alive, essentially. You go ahead and use that, and it just does it automatically for you. Fantastic. Honestly, everyone should use that, because sometimes you just forget to tell people that you're home safe. You're a human, right? So they're making things easier. We're making things easier. That's what we're in the business of doing, making life easier. Okay. Share music. Maybe you're chatting with someone, right? Maybe you swiped right or something, and you matched with someone, and you brought it into iMessage, right? And now you're at the point where you're like, oh, I'm just gonna send a little link here, let them know what I listen to, and see if we vibe that way. And that's fine if you don't, but there always comes a point where you're gonna share, a potential partner. You're gonna share some music with them. That's gonna happen, okay? And you don't want to be out here sharing. You don't want to be like the green bubble person, or that's ridiculous. That shouldn't be a thing either. And bless Google and Apple that they have the RCS thing, and that's a thing of the past. But before, there was the green bubble thing. You're sending an Apple Music link to like a Spotify user is kind of giving a green bubble, to be honest, right? So you don't want to be doing that, or vice versa. Whatever. I love Android and iOS the same. I love them both the same. But anyways, that's nor here nor there. So there's the recently shared. So everything that you have recently shared, boom, hence the title, it's there. It's loaded up, baby. And you just send that off. Boom. Easy. If you're out here and you're like, oh, hold on, let me try something. And you want to search for something else, right? you want to send them something else. You go ahead, same search algorithm as we have in the main application. Boom. You got Gracie out here because it's 21, but we have 21 and 9. Awesome rock band. Check them out. Okay. Universal link already created. Okay. If you might be asking me, Jeff, what about if I have to make universal link? Can I do that from the iMessage extension? And yes, you can. What's the song I'm thinking of right now? Oh yeah, can you take me high? Oh, that's already done. Sleep Token, Eminem. Okay, now let's go Rihanna. Okay, so this is how you can share a universal link. Boom, create it in like 2 seconds flat. Disappears because this is a simulator. But there you go, and you can keep on chatting and sharing and just loving life because you're able to just easily share a song. You don't care what they use. You don't have to be like, excuse me, what streaming service do you use? I'd like to share a piece of music with you. I'd like to do that. And you do a little, oh, you can't do that. You do a poll. You do a poll to the group. Say you're in a group chat. You got to be out here doing polls. What does everyone use? Apple Music, Tidal, or Spotify, or YouTube, or Qobuz, or Deezer, or Pandora, or blah, 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 blah. Ridiculous. We are not doing that. No. We're not doing that ever again. We're sharing inclusively. We don't care what you use. It ain't none of our business. SoundCloud people, God bless. Go ahead. Don't care. I just care about making this connection with you and showing you a part of myself. When you share music, you're exposing a part of yourself. You know what I mean? It's a very personal thing. So we don't want to be shut down in that situation. We don't want to be like, yeah, I can't open that. Sorry. Awkward. All right. So let us go ahead and I want to show you one more thing because I know this is long. But let's go ahead and show you what it looks like. And this is going to be like a similar experience to when you're using an app, right? So let's just go, I don't know. Let's find my song. All right. It needs some more listens, to be honest with you. And let's just find the Apple Music link. You can't even. Blackwood, not Black. I'm Blackwood. That's me. Sure. Is this me? Yeah. Okay, that's me. So I like this song. I think it's awesome. I think these are all awesome. But let's share this one and let me show you what it looks like when you could be in Apple Music app. Apple Music app isn't on the simulator, so I can't show you it that way. But as you're listening to your favorite music, you want to just be able to keep in that loop and keep vibing and not necessarily leave the app, right? Or you just want to be able to do what you do. And if you share music, you're not leaving the app. You're going to the share and Spotify, and you're just getting the link and passing it along from there. And I wanted to make it as similar to that experience as possible. So there's just one extra step involved. You're going to see. So right, you go to share, and then in Spotify and Apple Music, you'll have to go to more, and all the different apps, you're going to have to go to more, and then you're going to see our app here. You're going to see this beautiful music note here, and you're going to just share it directly to it. So what that's going to do is we're taking a link, we're taking a Spotify link or Tidal link or Qobuz, anything that's supported, and you'll be presented with like an alert if it's a link that isn't supported, because only certain applications are supported to pass in a link directly and then it opens it. Otherwise, you just have to go to the app and search it up and whatnot. But most of them, you're going to find that it'll be able to take it directly. And so if it can, you'll find that, and then you just click it, and then boom, it's gonna go and make the link. Or if it already exists, it's gonna find it, and then now, right? You're like, okay, I was listening to this song, and now I'm just gonna pass a universal link forward so the person can listen to it and at least open it whenever they want, right? And if they can't open it right away, maybe they can click on it and it'll appear in there shared with you, and they can go ahead and listen to it later. Maybe we should have a listen later thing, or remind me later or something. I gotta write that down. But yeah, you can make or send a universal link from any of the supported applications. All right. So that is 3 ways to share. Main app. Oh, trial is complete. Oh, look at us. We completed the trial. This is actually probably pretty good for the demonstration purposes. You're going to see the paywall here. And of course, you scroll over here, you continue with free, right? So we'll just continue with free. That's fine. And again, right, we shared that song outside of the app, but it appears in here. Awesome. Okay. I think that's everything. Oh, statistics view. Yeah, we're locked out of that now because it's a pro feature actually. But you'll see an example of that when you do your onboarding. But yeah, anywhere where you click, if you're in free, it's just gonna invite you to upgrade to pro, because we know that if you're in an area that's a pro feature, that might be a better option for you to go into the pro. So that's there, and then it'll just take you right into right in here, right? And there you go. So guys and gals and everybody, however you identify yourselves, thank you for listening. And right now I'm going to put it in the description. We have a Black Friday deal going on, kind of a launch deal for one-time purchase. It's like 75% off, I think. One-time purchase with the code BF2025. Okay, so that's the code. This, if you're listening to this after this, just ignore me, right? But I'm going to put that in the description, and I'll put a few universal links in the description. And thank you for watching. I wanted to kind of do a deep dive on this because there's a lot to get into and a lot that I want to say about the product, the app. And I hope you enjoy it, artists. I hope you get it. Bloggers, music lovers, everybody in between. Thank you for your time today, for watching this, and I hope to talk to you soon, and we'll see you in the next one.